The Beast Incarnate has arrived.
A man responsible for 2 decades of domination in WWE and mixed martial arts.
The following contest is a King of the Ring first round match. Making his way to the ring from Minneapolis, Minnesota, weighing in at 295 pounds, the WWE Universal Champion, Brock Lesnar.
To quote Pat McAfee, he looks like Brock Lesnar ate Brock Lesnar.
Think about this. Brock Lesnar spent over 16 months away from WWE after losing the WWE Championship, and now the Beast Incarnate looks hungrier than ever.
Brock Lesnar's won multiple WWE and Universal title reigns, King of the Ring, the Royal Rumble, and Money in the Bank.
And perhaps the most dominant competitor in WWE history. Lesnar's crushed countless champions and legends throughout his storied WWE career.
I got a real strong feeling we're going to see more of that dominance courtesy of the Beast Incarnate.
Get out of the way. Here comes Keith Lee.
Talk about an incredible physical specimen. That's exactly who Keith Lee is.
And his opponent from Wichita Falls, Texas, weighing in at 320 pounds, Keith Lee.
Yeah, I actually spoke to Keith Lee. I said, what makes you limitless? Why this nickname? And he said to me, I'm not bound by the perceptions of others. If I can do it, if I can dream it, it will be accomplished.
Lee ready to get down to business.
Keith Lee's body coursing with adrenaline.
And Lee will take any opportunity to showcase his incredible power.
This first round tournament match will help determine the landscape of the rounds to come.
And no one wants to get knocked out this early in the tournament, so while this isn't the finals, I'm still expecting a big match feel.
You're right, Saxton. These superstars have every intention of winning this whole thing, so they'll be fighting hard for the right to move on.
Using the elbow as a weapon. Oh, reversal catches Lee.
Sequence of reversals there.
What a punch.
That's just disrespect right there. I kind of like it.
Wow, Brock waylays him.
Ooh, well measured.
He turns it around. Foot kick. Right to the gut. Able to counter.
Yikes, that'll either wake you up or knock you out.
And here we go. He's headed up the cage.
In search of some footing to make this huge climb.
Oh, God. How can a superstar use the cage to their advantage?
It's as much a weapon as it is an enclosure. Pinfall, submission, escaping the cage, it's all much easier when you're using the unforgiving steel to keep the opposition down.
He reverses it. Placing them into the corner.
Nowhere to go, being victimized by those Muay Thai knee strikes.
Brutal knee right to the face.
And shoulders are down.
He is still very much in this. I don't think anybody can stop the beast incarnate.
Turning the tables.
Headlock cinched in, just tossed without regard.
He's feeling the effects of that last hit. Right in the button. He's making his way up the side of the cage.
Making the big climb towards victory. Ow! Where's the rock? Look out below!
And he's thrown from the cage down to the mat.
Oh, I did not like the look of that impact.
Uncorks a thunderous chop. Oh, and he counters right back on Lee. Got to find a way to get out of this.
These nasty elbow shots trying to create separation.
Kick to the midsection. Could be looking for something big to end this match. This might do it. From way up high.
Lee with a look of determination, about to end it.
Round and around, look at this velocity.
Spiked. Emphatic statement from Lee.
He's determined to make it to the top of the cage here, guys.
Feels like it's opportune time to get out of here.
And he's finally up to the top of the cage. And would you look at that? He could be well on his way to escaping the steel cage.
Oh, it's not safe being up there.
Oh, he almost had it. Inches away from victory.
He really thought he had it there.
Great counter by Lee. He's nearly there. Just a few more sure-footed steps, and he's victorious.
And now the climb down could be more petrifying than the climb up.
There's the bell, and he survives this brutal cage match.
Here is your winner, King Lee.
Broken, beaten, and scarred, but there is your winner.
And that's about as conclusive a win as you can get in the cage.
I am awestruck, gentlemen. We just witnessed another human being. Oh.
One of the most controversial, ruthless superstars in recent WWE history.
The following contest is a King of the Ring first round match. Making his way to the ring from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, weighing in at 201 pounds, the NXT Champion, Tommaso Ciampa!
No matter what you think about him, you can't deny Ciampa's as tough as they come.
Yeah, we've seen Ciampa recover from not one, but two career-threatening injuries.
Not only that, but he recovered ahead of schedule and came back in the best shape of his life.
The worst place to be is across the ring from a motivated Tommaso Ciampa. This is a man who decided a long time ago that there were no lengths he wouldn't go to for success.
Because Ciampa knows his career could end at any time and wants to make his mark and ensure his place in history.
Doesn't wait for his moment, he takes it for himself. Here's the Rebel Heart turned Blackheart.
And his opponent, representing the Way, from Cleveland, Ohio, weighing in at 199 pounds, Johnny Gargano!
The first NXT Triple Crown champion has held the NXT Championship, NXT North American Championship, and NXT Tag Team Gold.
Now bestowing that success on the rest of the Way.
Serious implications in this contest. Winner advances in the tournament. Loser has to head back to the locker room. Ousted from the event moving forward. Oh, and a big uppercut.
Overhand strike. Oh, look at this awesome Sicilian barrage.
The buffet of punches.
Turns back Ciampa's attack.
Ciampa one step ahead.
Crushing knee strike.
Mounted with punches and not, oh, a nasty stop to finish it off.
Johnny finding an opening.
Dodges the attack just a smidge quicker.
Byron, how can a superstar take advantage of an opportunity when locked in the cage?
It is important to stay on your feet. Even if you are on the defensive, if you are standing, you can be mobile. That can increase your chances of escape.
The more a competitor moves, the harder it is for them to be defeated. The cage is your ally, or you're eating steel. There's no in between.
Had that well scouted. Here he goes, moving up the cage wall.
Fortitude being tested with every step.
Uh-oh. Things are about to get worse.
The turnbuckle hurt.
He takes a painful fall from the cage.
That's a tough break at this point in the match.
Oh, a nasty stop to finish it off.
Merciless attacks from Ciampa.
Ciampa will stop at nothing to get ahead.
German suplex. This match's brutality starting to show on him.
Honestly, considering this is a cage match, I'm surprised it took this long for the damage to pile up.
Catches the leg.
Thunderous powerbomb.
Great reversal.
Gargano showing his alertness there.
Oh, look at this awesome Sicilian barrage.
The buffet of punches. Kick to the gut. And psycho cutter.
Ciampa looking to finally exercise the demon of Johnny Gargano.
was a good idea.
And here he is, scaling up the cage wall.
Takes incredible guts to make this climb.
He's looking down on the cage from the top. And as he continues to climb the side of the cage, you have to think his confidence is starting to build.
The longer he's up there, the more fear starts to seep into the mind.
Oh, that startles Johnny. He's working toward making his escape. He can almost taste the win in this cage match.
All he has to do is drop down to the floor, and his hand will be raised.
And this one is over.
Here is your winner, Tommaso Ciampa!
Since Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa became bitter rivals, they have never been the same.
I fear that after tonight, Tommaso Ciampa has only driven Johnny Gargano. Oh, gentlemen, my goosebumps are rising.
For this one-of-a-kind competitor, the often imitated, never duplicated, Kofi Kingston.
The following contest is a King of the Ring first round match. Making his way to the ring, representing the New Day, from Ghana, West Africa, weighing in at 212 pounds, Kofi Kingston!
Kofi Kingston is truly a man of the people of the WWE Universe.
Yeah, that's the thing. Kofi doesn't just feed off the power of positivity. He feeds off the incredible energy of the WWE Universe.
And pancakes.
Yeah, how can you not? The nearly bottomless energy of Kofi Kingston, it's infectious, guys.
You know, Byron, years ago, I used to refer to Kofi's energy as controlled frenzy and that trademark athleticism of this great superstar.
Ladies and gentlemen, Elias.
Hello, I am Elias.
Graves, are you ready to walk with Elias?
Negative, Ghost Rider.
He's got his own album, Corey. How can you deny what this man is all about?
In the ring, bell to bell, absolutely. I've got all the respect in the world for what Elias is capable of. But when he strums his guitar, it makes my ears bleed.
I'd actually kind of like to see that.
I'm so excited.
I can tell.
And here we go in this tournament matchup. Who will move forward? Who will be erased off the bracket?
Tournaments have a tendency of surprise results, so we'll see if this match continues that pattern. A counter answered by another counter. Textbook jumping clothesline.
Oof. Not only does a superstar have to avoid a pinfall or submission, but they have to worry about an opponent escaping as well. What's more important in a cage, Corey?
Well, Cole, there's nothing more dangerous than a caged animal. So many take the coward's way out and climb, but many more are going to grit their teeth and face you head on.
Oh, this isn't pretty. some good hits. Momentum is running away from Elias.
Yeah, Elias has to find an opening and respond.
Piling damage onto the torso.
Turn out the lights.
Golly, that sounded rough.
Tough position to be caught in here. Check your face after that one. He's making haste, climbing up the cage wall.
And every inch climb puts you in a more perilous position.
Trying desperately to escape. Ripped from the top rope.
And he hits the mat with a thud.
Got to be more aware of your opponent.
Looking to advance up the cage wall.
Heading up and maybe heading out.
Crash landing.
Unceremoniously set right back down to the canvas.
Yeah. Kofi with the setup.
Elias's eyes look glazed over. He is revving up the engine. He's not going to let anything stop him.
Step up Enziguri. Boom, kick. Stomping away. Elias with the retaliation. And he begins his ascent up the cage wall.
Gotta wonder if the stamina is there to make it all the way.
Trying desperately to escape. Look out below.
And a hellacious fall from the cage.
Oh, that could not have felt good. Looking for a grip to get themselves over the cage.
And now he's made it to the top of the cage. And victory looking more and more likely for him now in this steel cage match.
Heck of a view from up there, but he'll enjoy a view from the floor even more.
Well, he knew what was coming. And as he continues to climb the side of the cage, you have to think his confidence is starting to build.
He doesn't want to spend too much time up there.
And that's all she wrote.
Here is your winner, Kofi Kingston!
What an emphatic victory, guys. No contest.
Never a doubt, barely a moment's suspense. This one was about as lopsided as the...
Oh, no.
Oh, yes. The visionary, the revolutionary, Seth freaking Rollins has arrived.
Well, certainly Seth Rollins has unmatched accolades, a championship resume, but a wardrobe that leaves a lot to be desired.
Saxton, last time you saw that much drip, you called a plumber.
The following contest is a King of the Ring first round match. Making his way to the ring from Davenport, Iowa, weighing in at 217 pounds, Seth Rollins!
So he's been called the Kingslayer, right? The Architect, the Messiah. How about we give him a new nickname, Mr. Delusional?
Oh, bite your tongue, Cole. There is nothing delusional about this man. Seth Rollins has earned everything. It just happens that everyone else is jealous.
Multiple Universal and WWE title reigns. He's won the Royal Rumble and Money in the Bank.
You know, there was a time when Seth Rollins used to feed off the energy of the WWE Universe. Now he's just happy celebrating all of his accomplishments alone.
The head of the table has arrived.
Complete domination of WWE. This has brought his family and the locker room in line.
And we should all be thankful that WWE has Roman Reigns.
And his opponent from Pensacola, Florida, weighing in at 265 pounds, the WWE Universal Champion, Roman Reigns!
While some people may question the change in Roman's attitude, you cannot deny he still works harder than anyone in WWE.
Takes no opponent lightly, engages in psychological warfare even before the bell rings.
And there is no question about it. Roman Reigns is one of the most dominant competitors in WWE history.
Oh, he'll show why he's at the top of the food chain. And of all the possible matchups in this tournament, I'd say we've got one of the best in front of us right now.
Look, I'll admit, I've had my fingers crossed it would work out this way. This one has real show-stealing potential.
Pull back in, belly-to-belly suplex.
Placing them right where they want them, into the corner. Kick to the abdomen.
Look at this, going right after the left arm. Gotta hurt.
Corey, what can be the factor here tonight? Being able to withstand the impact of the cage, no matter who you are. You're going to get thrown into it or run head first into it.
Yeah, it's not if you will get launched in the cage, but when. The way a superstar responds to that can be the difference between survival and peril.
Versatility from Rollins.
The sprint up the cage is on.
Oh, no. Boom, what impact.
Ripped from the top rope.
Oh, no. He comes off the cage and lands right back in the ring.
Oof, kind of a rough landing.
And that's what you got to expect in a steel cage match, Saxton. Big forearm.
Vicious, downright savage cut right there.
Seth Rollins feeling the effects right now.
Insulting.
The big dog's unleashed.
And Rollins in need of salvation.
Stomping. Ouch. Sharp punch. Catches a punch. What a headbutt.
Vicious. Disputes have been settled in the cage match since it was first conceived back in the 1930s. Back then, it was literally a cage of chicken wire.
I'd say we've come a long way since then.
Rollins dodges in the nick of time. Jumping clothesline by the big dog.
Seth Rollins desperately needs to figure this out.
And Reigns is holding nothing back against Rollins.
but just the amount of time he was in that
The big dog setting it up. We're about to see it. Cut him in half. No coming back from Reigns after that.
And now he's starting to make his way up the cage.
Needs to be careful, though. Every movement is a dangerous one.
He's all the way to the top of the cage. Not many options for him. And would you look at that? He could be well on his way to escaping the steel cage.
This is the moment for him. This is how winners are made.
Good technique reversing Rollins. He's working toward making his escape. He can almost taste the win in this cage match.
He just has to swing that leg over.
It's over. All in a night's work.
Here is your winner, Roman Reigns!
I am in shock at what we just witnessed. Rollins and Reigns testing each other, pushing each other past their limits like never before.
This was a battle.
Have we just...
The Limitless One.
The following contest is a King of the Ring semi-final match. Making his way to the ring from Wichita Falls, Texas. Weighing in at 320 pounds, Keith Lee!
Keith Lee is a different breed of human.
Yeah, a walking mixture of size, speed, strength, and attitude.
Immeasurable force. Once knocked the turnbuckles clean off the post.
Now, you don't want to be in Keith Lee's path.
An intellectual annihilator on the microphone, but an absolute athlete inside the ring.
Arms like sledgehammers, chest like a brick wall. Keith Lee will run anyone over.
One of the signature superstars in NXT history.
The self-proclaimed greatest sports entertainer in history.
And his opponent from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, weighing in at 201 pounds, the NXT champion, Tommaso Ciampa!
Tommaso Ciampa calls himself the Blackheart because he makes no distinction between friend and foe inside the ring.
And Byron, that never bodes well for Ciampa's opponents. A man driven by desire and passion, which is interpreted by some as unbridled ruthlessness.
Now you look at Ciampa, you look at a guy who has threatened careers, ruined psyches, and that's for the people he actually likes.
That's the genius of being able to take the humanity out of the equation.
This is a man who decided a long time ago that there were no lengths he wouldn't go to for success.
Because Ciampa knows his career could end at any time and wants to make his mark and ensure his place in history.
Doesn't wait for his moment, he takes it for himself. semifinals action.
It's crunch time now, gentlemen. The end is in sight.
Elevated. Big plans in mind from Lee. Ooh. Now on the outside, right by those cell walls.
Oh, man, ladies and gentlemen, batter up.
As we all know, Hell in a Cell matches tend to deteriorate once the competitors leave the confines of the ring.
Oh!
Boom! Boom! Uppercut!
That'll knock you silly.
Coming back in the ring.
Now trampling the opposition. From the top,
He misses the target.
short flight, but a rough landing. It's deep, and I don't think it's playable.
Oof. Just one right after the other. Can't be stopped.
You better have an aptitude for pain, because it just keeps coming.
Is there a special secret to winning a Hell in a Cell match?
You have to be willing to leave your humanity behind. Become the most vicious possible version of yourself, because that's what it takes to win inside Hell in a Cell.
Lee looking unable to get a leg up in this match.
Lee needs to find an opening and fast. Oh, no, not with the bat.
Home run. Ooh, these are dangerous attacks on their own, but now the damage is exponentially multiplying.
Just carrying the opposition anywhere they want. Lands face first.
That's just disrespect right there. I kind of like it.
Ciampa showing instinct.
Oh, the old taste of pain.
Kick lands.
Right to the ribs.
I think we're going to see it, gentlemen. The power bomb.
Project Ciampa.
A calculating look from Ciampa, planning his next move.
Legs caught.
And another counter.
Will it be? I think so. 1, 2, 3.
An emphatic victory.
Here is your winner, Tommaso Ciampa!
This was as dominant a win as I've ever seen, guys.
An absolute statement by the victor here tonight. What a steamrolling.
Let the power of positivity take over your soul.
Unbridled enthusiasm should be the middle name for Kofi Kingston.
Whose mother would name them Unbridled Enthusiasm, Cole?
The following contest is a King of the Ring semi-final match. Making his way to the ring, representing the New Day, from Ghana, West Africa, weighing in at 212 pounds, Kofi Kingston!
You look at the resume of Kofi Kingston and everything he's accomplished, but you cannot forget when Kofi Mania ran wild at WrestleMania and Kofi Kingston became the WWE Champion.
It cemented Kofi's legacy, Byron. It made him a surefire first ballot Hall of Famer. Kofi Kingston, the real deal.
If you don't believe human beings can fly, Kofi Kingston is happy to prove you wrong.
Hey, if you've got to compete against Kofi Kingston, expect the unexpected because Kofi is always going to bring it.
The head of the table, the Tribal Chief.
Protecting his Samoan family legacy on top of the food chain.
A main eventer since day one, but now the Tribal Chief is tougher than ever.
And his opponent from Pensacola, Florida, weighing in at 265 pounds, the WWE Universal Champion, Roman Reigns!
While some people may question the change in Roman's attitude, you cannot deny he still works harder than anyone in WWE.
Takes no opponent lightly, engages in psychological warfare even before the bell rings.
And there is no question about it. Roman Reigns is one of the most dominant competitors in WWE history.
Roman Reigns looking to continue expanding his empire.
And the bell rings for semifinals action.
It's crunch time now, gentlemen. The end is in sight. Oh, that wake you up. Caught with a punch.
This was a headbutt. Ooh, that hurts. Producing a trampling.
Kofi escapes the predicament.
From the middle rope. Oh, what a splash.
Byron, is it possible to devise a game plan as a competitor when you're embarking on a journey through hell? Competitors must resign themselves to the fact that doing battle in this torturous structure means their mind, body, and soul will never be the same again.
Kofi Kingston needs to rally.
And the WWE Universe is being demoralized by Kofi's situation.
He's reminding his competition that they'll only ever be second best.
Okay, already, we get it. Stop looking for adulation for the crowd and get back into the fight.
Sleepers in.
And he releases the hold.
I don't think he had it fully locked in.
Reigns has it locked and loaded, ready to fire.
Oh no, this is not where he wants to be.
Yeah, but can he roll on his body? Can he roll? Can he roll? And he may have felt his grip slipping, so he releases the hold.
Still was able to produce some considerable damage, though.
Great reaction from Kofi.
Kofi doing what he can do to halter the beatdown.
The U-turn Kofi needed in this match could have been that right there.
Placed into the corner. And now in the most dangerous area inside the cell.
WWE Universe wants tables. Well, they've got tables.
Reigns establishing the upper hand.
Overwhelming attacks for Roman now.
Oh, man.
Defiant counter to Reigns.
Now Kofi's looking for some momentum.
The U-turn Kofi needed in this match could have been that right there.
Man, what an uppercut.
Oh, right in there. Bang! Out of the ring and even closer to the chain link enclosure. What an uppercut.
Jarring.
Reigns had that scouted. And he destroys the cell wall.
What's going to happen next?
Well, I don't think any of us were expecting that. He's making the climb.
The climb to what?
This has to be zapping every last bit of energy.
Safety clearly isn't a concern for him right now.
How can it be in this type of match? He's at the top now, guys. Now what? He's on top of the cell now.
Why? Why is he on top of the cell?
I think we're about to find out, Corey.
Steiner.
Nice.
Warm up the engine on the ambulance. I got a very bad feeling about where these competitors are going to end up soon.
Jumping clothesline by the big dog. Great evasion from Kofi.
Jawbreaker. Call it, Dennis. We've seen some battles up in the cell and nothing good ever comes of it.
Great drop kick. This is more than reckless. No one should be up there, let alone performing these maneuvers.
Had an answer for the big dog.
My gosh, this is making the hair on my neck stand up.
A nervous energy has come across this arena as war is waged on top of the cell. And finds a counter. Slam. This whole arena is standing watching these maniacs battle out 25 feet above the ground. Uppercut. That'll cost him teeth. Reigns connects with a clothesline. We knew this was going to be a vicious match, but these superstars are taking it above anyone's expectations.
Proving hell doesn't need to stay in the confines of the cell. Hell can go anywhere.
Oh, nasty stop to finish it off.
Target square on Kofi. He's in trouble.
The guillotine cinched in. This one could be over. Well, this isn't good. He's giving up, but you can tell his opposition doesn't care one bit.
Oh, what a headbutt. Where do these superstars get the idea to do this?
I don't know, but if this is something they dreamt up, I wouldn't want to know what their nightmares look like.
Kofi got him back.
Beautiful athleticism.
DDT! Somebody do something about this.
What's anybody going to do, Saxton? You go up there and try to reason with them.
Kofi out of harm's way.
No, my God, stop this. Don't do it from up there.
This is too much.
Power Oh, my God, he took a massive plunge.
Quick return to the ring.
He's doing some dangerous redecorating.
I think the table really ties it all together.
Okay, he's re-entering the ring.
Out of the ring and into hell itself.
And now he's making his way up the side of the cell.
This is rather reckless of him, wouldn't you say?
This whole match is reckless,
but necessary.
All right, back to it, returning to the ring.
Wasting absolutely no respect on his opponent. You gotta love it.
This isn't the smartest thing to do, antagonizing your opponent instead of attacking him. Out of the ring and even closer to the chain link enclosure.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh! He returns to the ring. Back in the ring now. Got him set up in the corner of the ring.
Oh, what's this gonna be? Uh-oh.
Through the table.
Oh, look at the...
Oh, man, that hurts.
Reigns blocks the attack.
And more attacks up there could leave him stunned. Each blow affecting his equilibrium.
Reigns has identified the target. Stand by. Spear.
Reigns put his stamp on this one.
Reigns sizing up the target.
Cut him in half.
Come on, Kofi, get up.
Makes a cover. No, just got the shoulder up.
Incredible, absolutely incredible. Just mounted with punches. And now, oh, nasty stop to finish it off.
Kingston sent for a ride.
He is truly feeling it right now. As well he should.
Now on the outside, right by those cell walls.
Of all the toys underneath the ring, he just had to go with the one that ensures splinters.
What a
Vicious. Discouraging results for Kofi.
And Kingston getting dismantled right now.
Ooh, treading all over their opponent. Oh, a nasty stop to finish it off.
And now the most dangerous area inside the cell. Taking this to the floor. He's setting this table up, and guys, someone's about to have a really bad night. Reigns comes up short on that attack.
Finds the advantage after a string of counters.
intensity from the big dog.
Roman seems tough.
And watch this. Letting him free.
Had him where he wanted him, but maybe he has something better planned.
Oh, nasty stop to finish it off.
Oh, right across the solar plexus.
Staggering to his feet, but he won't like what's coming next.
The head of the table cinches it in. It's just a matter of time now.
Tap out.
They got it. A career-changing win inside Hell in a Cell.
Here is your winner, Roman Reigns!
It's all over and Reigns stands victorious.
He said he would do it.
Get used to seeing it. Oh, no. Kofi Kingston loses. That's payback for putting all those pancakes on my head.
You bitter Betty. One of the most controversial, ruthless superstars in recent WWE history.
The following contest will determine the King of the Ring tournament winner. Making his way to the ring from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, weighing in at 201 pounds, the NXT Champion, Tommaso Ciampa!
No matter what you think about him, you can't deny Ciampa's as tough as they come.
Yeah, we've seen Ciampa recover from not one, but two career-threatening injuries.
Not only that, but he recovered ahead of schedule and came back in the best shape of his life.
The worst place to be is across the ring from a motivated Tommaso Ciampa.
Some love him, some loathe him, but everyone respects him.
Well, lucky for him, Ciampa's not here to make friends. He's here to put food on the table for his family.
And Ciampa will not stop until he gets exactly what he wants.
The head of the table, the Tribal Chief.
Protecting his Samoan family legacy on top of the food chain.
A main eventer since day one, but now the Tribal Chief is tougher than ever.
And his opponent from Pensacola, Florida, weighing in at 265 pounds, the WWE Universal Champion, Roman Reigns!
You know, he's no stranger to WrestleMania. 4 straight WrestleMania main events against Triple H, Undertaker, and twice against Brock Lesnar.
For the head of the table, there is no spot but the main event.
Always goes the extra mile at WrestleMania, representing the head of the table.
Well, he continues his and the Anoa'i family's legacies at WrestleMania.
Roman Reigns looking to continue expanding his empire.
And we are underway. It's starting to take shape.
These superstars have weathered the early storm, and now it's time for them to start digging deep. This is where you separate the contenders from the pretenders. Across the top rope. Discus lariat.
That was nasty.
Makes him pay with a counter.
Really just laying it in.
Well scouted reversal there.
Corey, a false count anywhere match can turn an entire arena upside down. How can a superstar put themselves in a position to win?
A competitor must put themselves in a position of power, a position of control. Render your opponent immobile and continue the assault.
It's all about
Looking to catch him off guard. Forces the shoulder up.
Too soon for a cover.
Wards off that move by Ciampa. Closed fist connects. And sent right into the corner.
Reigns just bludgeoning his opponent in the corner. Battering clotheslines.
He takes control.
Each competitor showing they've done their homework. That was just malicious.
Insulting. He's absorbed some damage already. Reigns turns that around. Big punch by the corner. And he goes for the pin. No, shoulders up at 2.
He's still in the fight, but for how much longer?
Wow, fantastic recovery from Ciampa to manage that kick out.
And after all that, Roman Reigns still hasn't ended this battle. Just punched him right in the mouth. Relentless.
Enough already.
Counters. This could be an opportunity. He's been placed in the corner now. Down by the... Here he goes for the win. And he kicks out of the pin at 1.
It's hard to believe, but it looks like he still has some gas left in the tank.
Catches the kick.
Kick to the gut.
Reigns comes up short on that attack. That kick will stop you in your tracks. And he's able to reverse. What a punch.
That's how you stop your opponent.
There's some power behind that punch. He's in a little bit of trouble now.
I was pumped when I saw this match on tonight's card, but so far this Falls Count Anywhere match has exceeded all of my expectations.
What a smash.
That is just insulting.
And now there's an opening.
Oh man, you can see he is feeling it now. Across the top rope with a neck breaker.
Look at this.
Oh, from the rope. This could do it. Quick count out after 1.
Right now, I just don't know what it's going to take.
Here comes Ciampa.
Double underhook applied. Up.
Fairy tale ending. And that took Reigns down.
Somehow he kicked out.
Holy moly. Reigns' toughness on display with that kick out.
We all know that Ciampa has a mean streak, and coming that close to a pinfall has to be angering the Blackheart.
These competitors have been going deep into their arsenal all match, but have not found a way to end it at all.
Swings in momentum, every push has been cut off.
Incoming! He's outside the ring now.
Hope he's got a plan.
He slides back into the ring. He gets back into the ring. Big counter from Reigns. Superman punch. He thinks he has it. Yeah, no, he doesn't get the 3.
How in the world did he kick out?
Definitely not where you want to be right now. Just carried like a rag doll here.
Scoop slam sets things up. The head of the table cinches it in. Guillotine applied. Tap out. Do it now. Live to fight another day.
Time to hit the panic button.
Whoa, this is surprising, Byron.
Yeah, I'm not really sure why he would let him out right there.
What a smack. Here's a cover. And that'll finally do it. What a victory.
Here is your winner, Roman Reigns!
Ended this match with a big win under his belt.
The Roman Empire grows as Reigns continues to conquer his opposition.